the plan for this week is on Thursday, I'll be taking Oscar down to NEC, getting parked up in position on the A40 stand, which will be really good. And then following that, I think we've got, I'm at the show on Sunday. The show obviously runs Friday through to Sunday. So I'll be down on the stand on the Sunday, so if anyone's about, come and pop down and see us. And Dave and Liam are coming on the Sunday to help do some filming, so I think they're going to go around the show, do a bit of filming, see what it's all about, and hopefully meet some people as well. We can talk to them about their cars, but Oscar will be there, so I'm really looking forward to that. So this is kind of the road to the NEC, if you like. So let's get cracking and get it. So we've been doing a bit of prep work on the car, so giving it a good clean. Used built Hamber double speed wax on the body just to give it that nice shine, and DA polished the roof. So what I found was the Richbrook car cover that I've got. I think it's the Richbrook anyway. It could have been the Carcoon, but I don't think it would. Had basically rubbed these edges of the roof, and what that caused is some sort of hazing all the way along it. So gone along that with the polisher, did the whole roof because there's quite a lot of swirls. There's still some in there I can see now with the sun, but it's taken a lot of the worst out. And what that mean at the NEC is that we won't see too many swirls under the intensive lights there. So I'm really pleased with how that's come out. Waxed that yesterday as well, so that's all done. And there's just a few finishing touches now to do before we get to the NEC. So I want to polish up the chrome work if I can. So, you know, just get the chrome looking a little bit better. Now it is quite heavily patinaed, but I actually really like that because I think it fits in with Oscar's sort of more cafe racer vibe that I tend to describe him as. But more so this sort of the chrome along here, just give that a little polish up. The bumpers obviously will keep the patinaed effect, but they look nice. I've treated the wheels with Auto Glim tyre gel, so they've got that nice shine, sort of, you know, new look. But overall, I'm not aiming for perfection. So for the cut, I find that Maguire's Ultimate Compound is really good, just as a really light cutting compound to use, because I'm not a pro at it. I use a DA polisher because it gives you that sort of random profile compared to just a standard polisher. So a bit worried about sort of burning into the paint and things like that. So Maguire's combined with the DA makes me feel confident to tackle it myself. Then been using this built Hamber double speed wax. This is brilliant stuff. If anyone's tried it, sort of pound for pound, I think it's great. It's got about 18 quid off Amazon, and that tub there should last me good sort of, I don't know, 5 years maybe, something like that. And then what I'll use on the dash is Armour All. This one's just a gloss finish protectant to go on the vinyl just to stop the UV rays. So those are some of the products I've been using. Like I say, it's not too over the top because I'm not trying to get him to look anything more than he is. You know, I like to show the car as he's used, and it is a very used classic car. Runs all through winter as well. It's not a sort of a garage queen. If you guys have watched any of the Volvo series, you'll know that I'm a big fan of this stuff that I originally saw in Volvo use, but I'm going to use the Polytrol and any sorts of the bits of the plastic trim, mainly around the rear number plate light, and there's a few other areas as well that I could probably use this on, including the rear light clusters, just to really make the colour pop on them. It's one thing I love on the old classic cars is the colours of the rear lights. So put a bit of this on, leave it for 10 minutes, rub it off, should bring the plastic back almost like new. So, but I think overall he's looking pretty good now. So it's mainly the interior and a few little trim bits on the outside. And then we should be ready for the NEC. So I've just seen old classic car doing a bit of oily rag on his number plate using WD. So I thought, well, actually, there's no reason why a bit of Polytrol wouldn't work wonders on the number plates as well. Oh, bloody hell. Seized up a bit. So this stuff's basically it's almost like linseed oil. But yeah, I did a video on applying it on bricky, but essentially you just rub it in. I mean, this number plate really doesn't need it, but it can give some rust protection as well. I'll do it on the front number plate, but this one is pretty new on the back, so we won't see any difference there. But like I say, it'll give some rust protection, particularly on the screws. I don't know if you guys have ever done it, but when you come to take a number plate off and then the screws are all gone, bit of a nightmare. The main bit I was going to do is this here. So around the number plate light, there's like a black plastic shroud. It's really off coloured. So I'm just going to apply a bit of this on there. And this is basically like oily rag treatment, almost. So pop it on there and you can already see this going a lovely black colour. And I'll also apply it to the lens because again it gives the plastic lens a little bit of protection. But yeah, that looks nice. Also got these little strips on the overriders. I've got an overrider on the front actually that's really wonky, but again I kind of like it. Oscar came like that when I got him, and it's part of his character. The front bumper here, so if you see around these overriders here, this is his wonky one. We just apply that on there. It just brings it up quite nice. And then any sort of dulled plastic areas, it's quite runny this stuff, just pop it all on there and it'll just make the plastics look new. Well, I tell you what, the Austin badge looked really like hazy. That has brought that back. Literally instantly putting this stuff on has taken that haze off the front of that plastic on that badge. I love this stuff. Really. So ideally what you want to do is buff it off before it goes tacky. So we'll just get that off now. That's looking a lot better though. Right, I think that's us about done. So I'm getting ready to, bloody leaves get everywhere. Getting ready to cover Oscar up, but I can give you a bit of a little look. So it's looking nice and clean inside now. Shout out to these old eagle claws. Great little device to secure your Classic. Although the best way is probably just taking the rotor arm out. But yeah, he's looking pretty respectable now. I have to say I don't often pay a lot of attention to the interior, so just gave it a clean up. I've still got the old wheel on at the minute. I did have a smaller racing wheel, you might have seen in some of the earlier videos, but this just helps with manoeuvrability in tight areas, but it does need recovering because this bit here, I don't know what it is, but when it gets a bit damp and cold, it goes all sticky and horrible. So I'm probably just going to put one of those wraps that you put round with the wire on it and pad it out. I was meaning to do it for the show actually, but I forgot, so oh well. But yeah, looking a lot better. We can see this is the black plastic that I treated with the Polytron. You can see now it's like a deep black, whereas before it was like a light grey, and did some of these bits around here. Bloody leaves. So all in all, it's looking pretty good. We've got a little bit of rust forming here as well, which I need to tackle, but it's all stuff that can wait. But yeah, he's looking, I'm impressed. I think he's looking good. And these are the bits of rust that I was talking about earlier. So we've got a nice bubble forming here. And this front balance, whilst it doesn't look bad, there is some bubbling in this crease. So I think at some point we'll have to sort that out. But repping the 40 Club badge. But I think that'll do. I think it'll look good. I'm excited. It's gonna be nice to get down there and sort it. So we'll get his cover back on, keep him covered then until Thursday morning, and then whip it off, and we'll get down to the show, and hopefully I can give you guys a bit of a background tour of the show. I've got a nice neck mount for the camera, so as I'm setting up and walking around, I can wear that and give you a bit of an insight of what's going on. And invested in some new mics as well, so enjoying it. Should be good. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you at the NEC.